All right, today we've got another Transformer figure to take a look at today. And today's figure is I'm actually super surprised to see this come out. And I actually took a little bit of moment to kind of look it over first. And as you guys can see here, it has a timer on it. This is the first time in a while I've ever seen a pre-order on Hasbro Pulse have a timer. So I'm wondering if it's like a limited, like once it's pre-ordered, like you can't get it anymore. But I don't know. It does retail, or the pre-order I should say, is at $139.99, which isn't bad, which is actually a pretty good price considering what this is. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is that looking at the first picture, and this is probably looks more like a render of it, but that looks like the Studio Series. Now, for $140, if you think about it, you're paying an additional probably... Okay, so I actually purchased both the Jetfire Optimus Prime and... Well, Jetfire, I should say. I have Jetfire and I have Optimus Prime, both Studio Series versions. I have them. I own them. And I bought them before all the price hikes that happened with Hasbro. So the Optimus Prime, I think, was it's not deluxe class. It was a leader. I believe it was no, I don't think it was a leader class. The only Optimus Prime from the Studio Series for like the movies that were a deluxe, that were a leader class was the jet powered Optimus Prime from I think it was like Dark of the Moon version, because he came with the trailer, and the trailer came with all the accessories to make the jetpack formation and all that. So, but other than that, so he was about $39, I want to say. $35, I think, is what the Optimus was. But Jetfire was a leader class, so he was probably right around the $45 range. Whereas now, you know, leader classes are $55. So even if you go by today's like inflated prices of Jetfire being $55, and then you have Optimus, which would be, was it a Voyager class now? I can't remember the order's deluxe Voyager leader. Yeah. So he would be a Voyager class figure. And so I think Voyagers are now $45. So you're looking at about $100 if they were to release these two figures individually again at retail stores. So it'd be about $100. You'd pay about $100. But now you're paying an additional $40. And so what are you getting for an additional $40? Well, there's a lot of paint deco, it looks like, on this. And I can tell you straight off the bat, like all the little details, especially like on the wing, or I guess this would be the front part of the jet for Jetfire. And you know, you've got his swords, you've got his traditional gun, which honestly, like the gun design, like I like the fact that they made it where like the gun, like Optimus gun, came from like his exhaust pipes. You know, like I like that idea, but I just always felt like his gun was always just too small. And despite, like, you know, later films, you know, giving him like the arm cannon, kind of like how Bumblebee does, like where it just pops out of his hand, which again is, I found like just a lazy way of doing it. But I do like the gun. It's more like a gun, like a pistol gun, than like a barrel gun, like the original was. And then of course you also have got this giant part here, which I'll be honest with you guys, like this never worked for me. Like, and I am on the fence about buying this, pre-ordering this, because it's a premium edition version, because you can tell that these are basically this is basically the Studio Series molds with either maybe die-cast. It doesn't say anything about die-cast, but it also has enhanced, and it has enhanced stuff. And then so this is basically what you get. And at first I thought, oh, is it just the parts for Jetfire? But you actually get both. Now what's interesting is that they show, I'm under the impression that Jetfire can transform into Jetfire, and you get his gun, and you get two blades, you get this a walking stick, I believe, and then you get the axe, and I don't know what these are. I don't know what those pieces are. And then there's from the back. So these are very, so you're paying basically, if I was a betting man here, you're basically paying an additional $40. So you're paying the new inflation price. So if they were to release Jetfire today, the Studio Series version of Jetfire, you would pay $55, not $45, or even $39, I think, maybe. It might have been $39 back then, but just say $45, the original price, and now it's $55, so you're paying a whole additional $10 more. And then the Optimus was right around 35, maybe 40 bucks back then, so now it's, you know, it would be 45. So you're paying the premium price of those figures, and then you're getting an additional $40 worth of paint deco, because I can tell you right now, like, the feet were gray, like they gotta paint it black so it looks better in robot mode. And then I feel like the red and like the flames are more vibrant, and you've got better paint. And especially Jetfire has the most. Like, you have like all the little details are filled out. Where I think it was kind of painted, but like it wasn't as painted, you know. So, and then, you know, I think the barrel had like a light gray, like where like it bursts, you know. Because this is supposed to be like the exhaust pipe popping off of Optimus. We've got. I think this was just a solid piece of gray plastic. The swords, they're about the same. That we've gotten basically painted versions of those in the past. The front, again, you know, there's the front. So there's no shot of them individually combined. All right, so you have Optimus here, and then it shows the parts, and then you show combined mode, but they don't show Jetfire. They're not showing, and I'm assuming because that looks like Jetfire's face right there. And considering that it's the full jet mode, I see no reason why you couldn't display it. You couldn't have just Jetfire. But basic details is 240 millimeters, 9.4 inches tall. Jetfire figure converts. Okay, right there, I does say Jetfire converts from robot to SR-71 Blackbird supersonic jet. So it's just interesting that he didn't show any images of Jetfire, but I guess that's not the main selling point, is the combined mode. Optimus is 6.9 inches tall, and he converts from robot to truck, and then figures combine to recreate Optimus Prime fight-powered victory from the movie. Now, the thing is of course, I know there is the 3.0 version of jet-powered Jetfire Optimus Prime combination from the movie, which is like, you know, absurd amount of money. And it doesn't transform. It's a statue, of course. They do combine. Like, you can get Jetfire, and then you can buy you buy Optimus, and then you buy the parts for Jetfire to put on Optimus. So there's technically no statue of Jetfire. There's no 3.0 statue of Jetfire. It's just the parts to go on to Optimus Prime, and obviously 3.0s usually don't transform, so Optimus is just a statue, basically. They're articulated statues is what I should say. They're highly articulated action figures, but mainly they're just statues. You would just have them as a statue. And this is from Takara Tomy, and it's Dramatic Capture Series Jetfire Combined, and it's their Team Up series. And what's interesting about this is that, again, it's a pre-order by 4/6/2026, and it'll be released on October 1st, 2026. So it's interesting because you pre-order and you don't pay for it until it ships. So that's the one thing about Hasbro Pulse that kind of like, I know some people like to just pay for it and then like forget about it, you know, but I always feel like if you pre-order something and you don't pay for it, and then the pre-order comes through and you change your mind, you cancel it. And sometimes they have like a deposit you have to put down, and you lose your deposit or whatever, but usually it's like 5%, usually, like depending on what it is, like 30-40 bucks, you know. But Hasbro doesn't do that. Like I could pre-order this right now just to have it locked in, and then by say like September I change my mind, I can go cancel it. And I had it, and so I have until basically almost the end of September to cancel this if I change my mind on it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, doing that, I also don't tie up $150 because that's like with tax and everything. I'm not tying up $150 for this. And $150, this is nothing. Like this is like a low end third party figure. You know, this is like I don't know, like the price of like a I want to say like an old fans toys for about $150 before they pop up their price. So like the mini bots or whatever you want to call it, like the sea spray, I think was like a $175 originally. So it's a pretty good pricing. I think it's a good pricing, and because Hasbro Pulse offers free delivery for anything over $75, or if you're a Hasbro Pulse member, but like, you know, this is automatically 100% over $175, so you get free shipping with it, so you're paying just the taxes on it. So like I said, probably $145 is what you're paying for this. So I'm probably going to pre-order it, but it doesn't mean I might not decide to keep it. So I don't know. And again, being this is a countdown, you have until April 6th to pre-order this. so it's quite interesting, and I think it's cool. I think getting a premium version, and what's cool about this, what's I think is cool about this is that I can actually do it. I can actually display both. I can display one in combined mode, which probably would be this one because it's more detail in the paint, and then I can have like a version of them. I can have my old versions like in their vehicle modes. You know what I mean? So that'd be like a cool thing I could do. So yeah, I think this is I think this is a better offering than like what I've looked at previously. But I think if you're a fan of Revenge of the Fallen, if you're a fan of this design of Jetfire and Optimus Prime, and you for whatever reason missed out on the original Studio Series release, what is interesting about this is that what's interesting is how much Takara is reusing Studio Series molding for like their premium products. Like they're doing, like a lot of people are not to sidetrack, but a lot of people are saying like that hot rod that's coming out has a lot of inspiration from that Studio Series hot rod and that Studio Series hot rod took a lot of inspiration from the Kingdom hot rod, which we may, or not Kingdom Hot, but Rodimus Prime, that we're probably going to get a Studio Series Rodimus Prime at some point. Like, it's got to be coming, you know? It's got to be coming like this. It's got to be coming at some point, you know? Like, either this year or next year. Like, it's surprising that we haven't seen even just re-releasing it with better paint deco at the higher price point of the Commander class. So it's interesting, and I don't think there's any Commander classes being released this year or being announced yet this year. Not that I've seen. So, but again, we'll keep you updated. Maybe something will pop up, you know. So, but yeah, I think this is interesting. I'm definitely looking towards pre-ordering this, but we'll see. If I do end up pre-ordering this, I'll leave a pinned comment saying I did pre-order this, so I let you guys know. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Prime Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed listening and got some useful information about this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, guys, until next time.